See, the thing is, you don't want to be confrontational. When you're doing love magic on someone, you want to make sure that their mind is calm. So you want to avoid anything that's going to agitate them. Because when you're doing love magic, you want that person's mind to be calm, because that way the spirit can have the influential impact on them. If the person is defensive, they're agile about, they're agile in their response to everything whatsoever, it's like you're gonna break the connection between the spirit. So what you want to do is avoid anything that's going to cause any conflict or arguments or fighting. That's what you want to do. You want to have that person open and receptive. And the only way you can bring that receptivity is by avoiding confrontation. So if there's conversations that is going to raise some anger or some resistance, avoid those conversations. If anything, you want to basically keep the conversation open with the person. I understand we can get arrogant, we can get egotistical at times because we want things to happen on our term. We want things to happen when we want it to. So sometimes we feel like, okay, well, I'm going to treat him this way. I'm not going to answer my phone. This is things that I used to say to people. One thing I say is that wisdom evolves with time. A person's understanding grows with time. So sometimes if I would say this, if you watch some of my old content I talked about, not picking up the phone, giving these people their space. One thing you see in the evolution of my understanding is that the way I did things in the past is different for how I recommend things today. So for me today, what I would recommend in this situation, if you want to have more access to your target, is to keep communication with them. They usually, there's a saying that goes like this: play a fool to get a fool. And you can also catch more bees with honey. So when you're open like this, I understand you want to say, I don't want the person to walk over me like a doormat. I get that. But one thing I realize, and that everybody begins to regret, is when they begin to play that distance game. What it usually leads to is tit for tat, right? And what ends up happening is that person completely shuts down. You want to take everything as it comes. For me to give you a mode of conduct when we haven't really seen how the person's going to react, it's kind of pointless. What I can say is that you want to keep the conversation open, and you don't want to bring up anything that's going to cause resistance. So what we can do is observe what begins to happen in the next couple of weeks, and then we can move forward from there. But meanwhile, you want to be on your best behavior. Avoid the ego, put the ego to the side, because you run the risk of losing access to this person. If you feed into your ego and you do things based off of ego, I'm going to treat him like this, or I'm going to not respond to him, you're going to open the door for tit for tat moments, and you'll find yourself losing access to this person, and then you'll be coming back complaining, why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? Whatsoever.